Hey guys, B likes to watch here. How you doing? What do you think about that? It's kind of exciting. I put together, that's a better word. I put together a solar panel. You can probably see in the video that I used broken bits and pieces solar cells. I just really wanted to play with this. You also might notice, let me just zoom in over here. Some of you may not find this the least bit interesting, but from a being prepared for the, bad things to happen, I think everybody should have a solar panel. See, I used wire because I didn't have the correct tabbing for the bus wire, I guess is what it's called. And I have some ordered, and I'll take it apart and redo it because it's not really sealed up yet. Basically what I had was an old storm window. It's got tempered glass in it. I know because in the past I've tried to cut one. I had several of these and they just shatter. So I used wire for the bus wire. These were supposed to be tab cells. Some of them were tabbed, some of them were short tabbed, but they were pretty cheap. I only have, with shipping, I bought them on eBay, and I only have 13 bucks in the cells themselves, and I had enough, basically 40, even though, as you can see, some of them are, let me see right down here, see that one is 3/4 of a cell, 3/4 of a cell, and then a couple over here got some pieces missing out of. Basically it was a pretty good deal. The cells were a lot better than I thought they were going to be. If they would all been full tabbed, which means that they're tabbed down the front with enough to reach under the back to tab the back of this cell, which puts them in series. Well, anyway, this has got 30 cells in it. They're rated at a 1/2 volt each, unbroken, new. And this is actually putting out a little over 15 volts, so that's pretty good. Now, what I've got going here is I have a dead battery on my lawnmower. And it's dead. Now hang on just a second, I'm gonna shut off and come right back. Okay, that's the output. Almost 16 volts right now, and it's a pretty cloudy day. In fact, it's completely overcast. Bright, but overcast. 15.95 volts. Which is pretty cool. Now I'm gonna check a couple things here and show you. The battery is really hammered. The battery is showing 4.6 volts right now. Okay, and it was actually about 3.5 a moment ago. So now I'm going to hook up to the battery with the meter included. I don't have a charge controller yet. And as you can see right now, I think you can be able to see that. We are putting voltage into the battery, and the voltage is coming up. So I'm just going to keep a very close eye on this and try and get this up to about 13 volts, and then we'll come back and see if the lawnmower starts. It was actually, it was dead. Wouldn't even whirl the starter on it. So I'll just keep a close eye on it so I don't overcharge the battery, but I think that'll take a while anyway. Okay, so like with most things that happen in my life, the card was full and the camera stopped a moment ago. We're up to 9.33 volts. It's been about, a cigarette, so figure 8 or 9 minutes, because I was not hitting it very hard. And we're up to 9.3 something volts. Now, my thought is that with something like this, if nothing else, you can charge a battery to start your car, not quickly maybe, but or you could buy a marine battery or have a marine battery and keep it charged. That way you could, if nothing else, you can run your laptop so that you can watch a movie, because I think that one of the biggest things, if a grid down situation, I know for a fact we were without power for 14 days a couple years ago during the winter, and beyond the fact of trying to stay warm was just sheer boredom. It was not a life and death survival thing, but my God, it was just so boring. People congregated at the one store in town that was open just to say hi and see other, have some sensory input. So, anyway, I'm gonna shut this back off, and we'll be back when it gets up to, 13 volts or so, and we'll see if we can start the lawnmower. I think it'd be exciting as hell if we can. Okay guys, here's the update. I'm at about 13.5 volts on the battery now. That's with the panel still connected to it. I think it'll be a little less with the panel disconnected. We'll check in a minute. I use a stopwatch on my phone to go from 10 to 11 volts. It took 2.5 minutes. To go from 11 to 12, it took another 5 minutes. Then, in checking it, I cleared the stopwatch and started over again at 12.5 volts. So to go from 12.5 to about 13.5, it has taken 25 minutes. So I'm going to disconnect the solar panel and see if the lawnmower will start. I don't know if it will or not, but it seems like it should. So let's give that a try, shall we? Okay, here we go. I just checked, and with the panel disconnected, the battery reads 12.5 volts.